Hey guys, welcome to my two cents. This is Kashawn Charles. I've been talking about making things new and whether you're moving physically, like I've done recently, or whether you're making changes in your career, or whether or not you are moving out of a relationship or of some sort. There are a lot of people also making a brave move into the world of homeschooling. Now, right now, there are plenty of ways to do this. There are plenty of online curricula. There are plenty of old fashioned books. There are plenty of ways to, I say old fashioned because, some people just choose to school that way, and that's fine. But there are many ways of homeschooling. And I just wanted to share my journey a little bit more. I did do a video recently. I was actually thrown into homeschooling. It wasn't something I really researched before choosing to do it. It was a decision we made and felt it was the best decision for our son in our particular situation. But however, when I first started, I took what I knew was learning and tried to pretty much recreate that at home. And, it was fine for the time being because I was learning just like we all are. But later down the line, after being exposed to different families and various methods of homeschooling, I realized that, there are various ways of learning, and children tend to pick up material, whether or not it's in a book, whether or not it's visual, whether or not it's through experience, traveling. They tend to pick up material pretty quickly. And that's the thing that I wanted to express to anyone who is endeavoring into this journey called homeschooling, is just to consider that the ways that we might have learned when we were young, or when you were younger, it doesn't necessarily mean that your child has to learn the same way. And things are rapidly changing around us. So the things that might have been of value or importance when we were in school might not be as valuable or important, in our child's future. So, a lot of the things that, a lot of the ways that people might have thought to teach their children years ago, which might have been laughed at back then, are now actually quite useful now. And so that's really what I wanted to express to you. Um, for us right now, I've chosen an online curriculum, but my method is kind of sort of unschooling. It's unschooling. I just use the curriculum to teach the basic online curriculum to teach the basic facts that most students and most children are tested on. But when it comes to learning in general, it's wherever I go. My son, when he comes with me, I'm teaching him, when we go shopping, about math, or, I'm teaching him, just when we're surrounded by people who are entrepreneurs, or and he asks questions, it's a learning opportunity to teach him about business and from what I'm learning from those particular families. Or if his dad in his career, if my son asks a question concerning what his dad is doing, it's a learning opportunity. Also, even when we're going outside in nature, there are just so many opportunities to learn. And when we're not rushing through life, you will be amazed at just how many there are and just how quickly your child can pick up. But a lot of times we're shooing our child away. If they're asking questions, it can be it could be a little bit of a challenge, especially if we don't know the answers, or especially if we're in a mode of thought. And it can seem like an interruption for a child to ask us a specific question. But those moments are, key, and great learning opportunities for us and for our children. And so I just wanted to express that, as there are many people right now choosing to enter into homeschooling, and they're used to a pretty traditional tip. Usually we're coming out of a pretty traditional way of learning. And just keep in mind that with progression, things change, and you don't necessarily have to do things the same way that it was done when you was a child. And I thank you so much, youth developer, for joining. And yeah, we learn in different ways. And many of us have gone through school, and you're you may not even be doing what you learned in school. And what you're doing might have been just from learning either on the internet or from people in your life. So there are just many ways of gathering information, especially now. So I wanted to encourage you with that, especially those who are new to homeschooling. It can be overwhelming, especially when you realize just how much great material is out there and how many videos have been done on homeschooling. And don't feel like, your homeschooling journey has to look like someone else's, because your life is different. Your child's life is going to be different. And quite frankly, the universe, God, tends to guide you and your child um, to where they need to be, what is best for them. I just wanted to share that. I will get into more details about various methods, Charlotte Mason, whether it's, using textbook or um, unschooling, they call it delight learning, meaning the things that bring you delight, you focusing on that and using that to teach you concepts in math and in language arts. There are just so many great ways of schooling and creative ways. If you're a creative person, this is a great opportunity also for you as a parent, to have an outlet, because there are so many ways of schooling, and you will be able to actually present what is your strength and use that to uplift your child and to teach your child. So I just wanted to definitely encourage you with that. Remember that homeschooling doesn't have to be done the way schooling was done for you, and just consider learning outside the box and doing things differently and not being afraid to do that. There's so many people doing it now anyway. It's a lot easier than it was years ago. With that being said, that is my 2 cents. Thank you so much. See you next Wednesday. Be blessed. And thank you for those who joined. Okay, bye bye.